House of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha is a German dynasty, the line of the Saxon House of Wettin that ruled the Ernestine duchies including the Duchy of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha. Founded by Ernest Anton, the 6th Duke of Saxe-Coburg-Saalfeld, it is the royal house of several European monarchies, and branches currently reign in Belgium through the descendants of Leopold I, and in the Commonwealth realms through the descendants of Prince Albert. Due to anti-German sentiment in the United Kingdom during World War I, George V of the United Kingdom changed the name of his branch from Saxe-Coburg and Gotha to Windsor in 1917. The same happened in Belgium where it was changed to Van België, or de Belgique. History: the first Duke of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha was Ernest I, who reigned from 1826 until his death in 1844. He had previously been Duke of Saxe-Coburg-Saalfeld from 1806 until the duchy was reorganized in 1826. Ernst's younger brother Leopold became King of the Belgians in 1831, and his descendants continue to serve as Belgian head of state. Leopold's only daughter, Princess Charlotte of Belgium, was the consort of Maximilian I of Mexico, known as the Empress Carlota of Mexico, in the 1860s. Ernst's nephew Ferdinand married Queen Maria II of Portugal, and his descendants continued to rule Portugal until that country became a republic in 1910. Ernst I's second son, Prince Albert, married Queen Victoria in 1840, and thus is the progenitor of the United Kingdom's current royal family, called Windsor since 1917. In 1826, a cadet branch of the house inherited the Hungarian princely estate of Koháry, and converted to Roman Catholicism. Its members managed to marry an imperial princess of Brazil, an archduchess of Austria, a royal princess of the French, a royal princess of Belgium and a royal princess of Saxony. A scion of this branch, also named Ferdinand, became prince, and then Tsar, of Bulgaria, and his descendants continued to rule there until 1946. The current head of the House of Bulgaria, the former Tsar Simeon II who was deposed and exiled during World War II, goes by the name Simeon Saxe-Coburg-Gotha and served as Bulgaria's prime minister from 2001 to 2005. The ducal house consisted of all male-line descendants of John Ernest IV, Duke of Saxe-Coburg-Saalfeld, legitimately born of an equal marriage, males and females, their wives in equal and authorized marriages, and their widows until remarriage. According to the house law of the Duchy of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha, the full title of the duke were, Ernst, Herzog zu Sachsen-Coburg und Gotha, Jahrhundert Quarterlich, Klevenberg, Orchengen und Westfalen, Landgrafen der Quarteringen, Markgraf zu Meyen, Quarter Rustita Graf zu Henburg, Graf zu der Mark und Ravensburg, Herr zu Ravenstein und Tunne USW. Ernst, Duke of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha, Jahrhundert Quarterlich, Cleves and Berg, also Angria and Westphalia, Landgrave and Thuringia, Margrave of Meissen, Princely Count of Henburg, Count of the Mark and Ravensburg, Lord of Ravenstein and Tunne, etc. There were two official residences, in Gotha and Coburg. Therefore the whole ducal court, including the court theatre, had to move twice a year, from Gotha to Coburg for the summer and from Coburg to Gotha for the winter. For the court theatre, two almost identical buildings had to be built in 1840 in Gotha and Coburg and thereafter maintained at the same time. In addition to the residential castles, Friedenstein in Gotha and Ehrenburg in Coburg, the ducal family also used the Schloss Reinhardsbrunn in Gotha as well as the Rosenau and Kohlenberg castles in Coburg and the hunting lodges Grienberg Castle, Grain, Austria and Walterskirchen Castle in Lower Austria. Branches: Ducal branch, Dukes, 1826 Euro 1918, Ernest I 1826 Euro 1844, Ernest II 1844 Euro 1893, Alfred 1893 Euro 1900, Charles Edward 1900 Euro 1918, heads of the house since 1918, Charles Edward 1918 Euro 1954, Friedrich Joseph 1954 Euro 1998, Andreas 1998 Euro present. Although the ducal branch is eponymous with the dynasty, its head is not the genealogically or anatomically senior member of the family. In 1893, the reigning duke died childless, whereupon the throne would have devolved, by male primogeniture, upon the British branch descended from Prince Albert. However, as heirs to the British throne, Albert's descendants consented and the law of the duchy ratified that the ducal throne would not be inherited by the British monarch or heir apparent. Therefore, the German duchy became a secundogeniture, hereditary among the younger princes of the British royal family who belonged to the House of Wettin, and their male line descendants. Instead of the future Edward VII of the United Kingdom inheriting the duchy, it was diverted to his next brother, Prince Alfred, Duke of Edinburgh and, upon the latter's death without surviving sons, to the youngest grandson of Prince Albert and Queen Victoria, Prince Charles Edward, Duke of Albany. The current head of the ducal branch is Andreas, Prince of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha. Kings of the Belgians: Leopold I, Leopold II, Albert I, Leopold III, Baudouin, Albert II, Philippe, Belgian royal house. Because of the First World War, the family name was changed in 1921 to Van Belge, de Belgique or von Belgien in the country's 3 official languages. This family name is used on the identity cards and in all official documents. The armorial bearings of Saxony were removed from the Belgian royal coat of arms. Other Coburgers from the many-branched Saxe-Coburg family have also changed their name. For example, Britain's King George V adopted the family name of Windsor, after the royal family's place of residence. Kingdom of Portugal. In Portugal, the former royal house is usually not distinguished from the House of Braganza. Pedro V. Luís I Carlos I Manuel II, Manuel II died childless in 1932. He recognized as his successor his distant cousin Dort Nuno, Duke of Braganza, who is not a descendant of Ferdinand II, or the House of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha. Dort Nuno and his successors are members of the House of Braganza. Kingdom of Bulgaria: Ferdinand I, Boris III, Simeon II. In 2001, elected Prime Minister of Bulgaria as Simeon Saxe-Coburg-Gotha, also known as Simeon Saxe-Coburg-Gotski. United Kingdom: Edward VII, George V. Edward VIII, George VI, Elizabeth II. From King Edward VII, who reigned from 1901 to 1910, until 1917 when King George V replaced the German-sounding title with the name of Windsor during the First World War, British monarchs belonged to the House of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha. The name Saxe-Coburg-Gotha survived the Belgian royal family until 1920 and in the Bulgarian royal family. Genealogy: patrilineality, descent as reckoned from father to son, has historically been the principle determining membership in reigning families, thus the dynasty to which the monarchs of the House of Saxe-Coburg-Gotha belonged genealogically through the 20th century is the House of Wettin, despite the official use of varying names by different branches of the patriline. References. External links: official website,